A country that, even through the toughest of struggles, has always remained resilient, which speaks loudly and boldly of the spirit of its people. Haiti, the first independent Black republic in the world. I'm so honored today to be sitting down with His Excellency Jacques Baril, Haitian ambassador. Hello.
Pleasure.
It's really good to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Excellency, how has your diplomatic and personal experience been thus far as the ambassador of Haiti living in South Africa?
Well, I'm very different than most ambassadors because I've lived in South Africa before I became an ambassador. So about 21 years ago, I did my internship here in South Africa when Madiba was launching the International Day Against Racism. At the time, it was called March 21st. So I was from my university that I was studying. So we had an exchange program for an internship. So I came here and the program ended and I never left. So I stayed a couple of years, given that South Africa was such a beautiful country and then very close to our values. So I've decided to stay and made a lot of friends. And so my personal experience is a great one because I've never left really South Africa, because even when I left, I would come back twice a year because I have a home here in South Africa, even before then. Then I had to take the task of coming here to represent my country, which was a great honor because I had the chance to meet the great Nelson Mandela, who actually gave me that task before my own country actually gave it to me. Madiba had told me that I must go and tell my people about his people and come back to tell his people about my people. So to me, it was a great honor to get that task. And I've been here for almost 6 years. It hasn't been easy because of the political turmoil that we have in the country back home. We've dealt with so many issues in the last few years. However, I can say that giving the fact that I know South Africa quite well, I'll say, and I know my way around. So he made it a little bit possible for me to actually do a few important diplomatic moves by being the voice for the Haitian to the AU to be recognized as a permanent member, although we're still not recognized as a permanent member. But now we have a seat as an observer. So I've always had the support of the South African government and the diplomatic corps here. So they've pushed me and helped me a lot to actually try to achieve that and also create brighter relationship between Haiti and South Africa. So overall, my experience has been great as the ambassador, but awesome as in personal. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Yeah, South Africa will do that. I'll bring you back.
That's true.
Diplomatic missions have proven to be a source of business in the cities they're based and have a positive impact on the host country's economy. What would be the best way to engage with your embassy for someone who's interested in offering services or products?
We've engaged with a few South African businesses or even organization in the last few years. The great thing about our embassy is that we're a small mission, and I'm also super available for anyone that wants to know about Haiti, that wants to do business in Haiti, that wants to learn about Haiti. So it's just a call away from our embassy, and then we set up meetings, and I usually sit in those meetings myself because I've created, about 10 years ago, I was part of the creation of the CFI, who actually started an office to facilitate business in the Middle East and Africa. So it's quite easy for me because I was part of the creation of that body of government. So just a call away from the embassy, an email, and we usually have a meeting. We talk to you to know what you're trying to do and try to guide anybody who wants to go the best way possible.
Nice, nice. What historic background is there between Haitians and South Africans? And please share with our readers and viewers any surprising facts that connect our countries.
Well, before South Sudan, I used to say the first thing um, that really bring us together between Haiti and South Africa is that Haiti was the first Black independence and South Africa was the last Black independence. Well, that was before South Sudan 10 years ago. However, we share so much in terms of culture, in terms of values. So when I'm in South Africa, I don't feel so far away from home because of the rich culture that we share. That being said, I feel that we can do more and we couldn't do better. I've been working very hard to try to get South Africans to take an interest into Haiti, but the other way around. I had a meeting with the minister not too long ago, and the reason of my meeting was I think we need to find a way of giving better access or easier access for people to actually come so that they can see what we can actually come together and do because of the of all those historical things that we share. So during the apartheid time, Haiti played a vital role for South Africa by actually the government would actually give grants to artists to make music because we were well known for that, so that we can put the word out there. The reason why we did that is because we understood it, because we were once oppressed the same way. So all of that kind of brought us together, and that's the reason why Madiba had asked me to do what he asked me to do, because he feels that we actually shared so much in common. And fun fact: in 2004, President Mbeki came to visit Haiti on our 200 years of independence. That was great, but you know what? People don't know that's fun. President Mbeki decided to land exactly the time that the independence was pronounced.
Oh, wow.
8:03 a.m. That's when the South African plane landed in Haiti. So I think South African recognized the importance of keeping a close relationship with Haiti, and Haitians the same way, because of that, all those historical things that we share, and the struggles, and hopefully now we can learn, because we've passed that now, so we can learn to actually grow together.
Amongst other Caribbean countries, is Haiti considered an important tourist destination for South Africans? And do they require visas to travel there as South Africans? And what attractions would you recommend?
All right, so we don't have a lot of tourists from South Africa who goes to Haiti directly. However, a lot of South Africans goes on cruise in the Caribbean. Yes. And one of the stop, it's called Labadie, and it's in the north of Haiti. Every South African I've met who've been to Labadie will tell you that was their favorite stop. Unfortunately, most of the time they don't even tell the story of Labadie when they get there, because the cruise that stops there are American cruise, European cruise. They just want to stop for you to enjoy the nice weather. So through Labadie, we do have quite a bit of South African that stop by in Haiti. But we have a couple of people who've been. I've taken groups myself to Haiti. You don't need a visa. South Africans don't need a visa. Most African nations do not need a visa to come to Haiti. South Africa definitely not, and I'm very proud to say that I actually made that pass, through our foreign mission. So you don't need a visa, and there's so much to see in Haiti. You have the Place de la Vertière, which is where independence was pronounced. So you have to think about it. People like to say Haitian were the first Black independent country. Me, I like to say Africans in Haiti give independence to Haiti 1804. Because in 1804, you still had African slaves who actually came from all over Africa. That was actually part of the movement that gave Haiti its independence. So, and the fight that we actually leading to the AU is to say Haiti should actually be one of the first countries to be recognized in the African continent. The reason why is that we never lost that culture. We never claimed to be on the Western side of our culture. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of African countries, when they were taking their independence, Haiti actually jeopardized their place at the United Nations to support it. Libya is like the perfect example. Without Haiti's vote, Libya would never be independent today. Haiti did it. Most people don't even understand that Haiti actually sent people to fight for Greece, because what the Haitian believes, they believed in independence for the people. So we have a lot of tourist attraction that tells the story. So I believe that every African person should visit Haiti, just like I believe every Haitian should visit Africa.
For South Africans wishing to engage in trade or invest in your country, where would they start? Is there a chamber of commerce or trade office that can offer help? And can you recommend any other platforms where one might find information about business?
Yeah. So we do have a trade of commerce, but we also have an entity called the CFI. It's the Facilitation Center for Investors. So the CFI, that's one of those entities that we created about 11 years ago. And we had actually a special branch for African investors. So not only South Africa, but Africa and the Middle East. That was the branch. So those are very active ones. I know it's quite difficult to tell someone to go invest in Haiti now with everything that's happening. But I always say you have to see around the turmoil and see the opportunity as well. Because Haiti is a country where everything has to be done. Haiti is a country that most foreign companies that came to invest in Haiti were very successful. But to answer the question, yes, we do have the CFI, which is the CFI Center of Facilitation for Investors. But you come through the embassy, and then we put you right in touch with them. You let us know, we put you in touch with them. You want to do a mission, we organize a mission for you, making sure that you are being receive at the airport, and the CFI will actually come and take you around and look what it is that you want to do. And so they're very good, actually. They're very active. Bunch of young people, who left the United States, Canada, like myself. We went to school those places, or we went back home to actually get things moving, and that's why we created the CFI.
Ah,
Yeah.
lovely. Ambassador, do you foresee a better future for Africa and its people? And what role could your country play?
Well, I mean, Africa is the future of the world. So I don't have to foresee. I mean, to think about it. It's the future of the world. If you look what's happening around the world, if you travel, you'll see that Africa is the future of the world because of the youth that you have in the continent. I mean, because of obviously all the wealth that the continent have to offer. Absolutely. What I'm loving is that I'm seeing more and more young people like myself. I am young. Getting involved in politics. You take somebody like me who was in business. I did quite good in business. Technology, my company still exists. I can't wait to finish so I can go back to do what I know better, which is business. I've done quite well, and I left to go and bring some support back to my country. And I see a lot of young Africans doing the same. I was just in Dubai now, and I've met so many young Africans who were official from their country at the 2020 summit. So yes, I actually think Africa will be the place to be in the next 25 years if you don't have something here in Africa, not just South Africa, but the continent. I think you're gonna miss out on something big. So I think the future of Africa is bright, and the willingness for people in Africa to accept their past and to move forward from their past is actually a key factor as well, because that's also been a very difficult thing to deal with, because a lot of us decided to stay in the past, so we didn't have the chance to move, to do better because we couldn't move forward. And I can see it's happening now. Like I'm going through it, I'm living it, and I think people are ready, and I think the youth is actually gonna surprise us in the next 25 years. Yeah.
I agree. I like that. Thank you.
Well, thank you
very much for that.
Thank you.
And that is all.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
In one take.
Yes. Voilà.